the Supreme Court makes a final ruling.
It'll come down to just a handful of states that are going to decide the presidential election. That's a pretty daunting consequence.
Over the former president in the 2024 ballot. The pink world makes its way to South Florida.
We were trying to figure out something that was more for families.
Where you can live like Barbie and Ken. And the key memorabilia in all Super Bowl games.
He takes pride in this, right? How can you not?
Originates in the Sunshine State. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Natalie LaRoche-Pietri.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Today is Friday, February 9th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Our Supreme Court hopefully will be doing something in terms of helping our country and preserving democracy.
Court comments from former President Donald Trump after his win in Nevada primary. This morning, the Supreme Court seems keen on denying Colorado's challenge to the eligibility of former President Donald Trump, the current GOP frontrunner to appear on the ballot.
Caplin News reporter Elizabeth Garcia has more on the landmark hearing.
Stiff resistance from conservative and liberal justices on the Supreme Court, pushing back against arguments for taking Donald Trump off the 2024 ballot.
It'll come down to just a handful of states that are going to decide the presidential election. That's a pretty daunting consequence.
Chief Justice John Roberts led the sharp questioning, asking whether individual states should be able to decide for themselves which candidates are ineligible for office. Several of the conservative justices warn that allowing states to decide can create chaos.
There will be conflicts in decisions among the states. The different states will disqualify different candidates. But I'm not getting a whole lot of help from you about how this would not be an unmanageable situation.
Even liberal Justice Elena Kagan expressed concern.
Why should a single state have the ability to make this determination, not only for their own citizens, but for the rest of the nation?
The Colorado Supreme Court has ruled Trump engaged in insurrection on January 6 and that he should be removed from the state's ballot. Trump's lawyer arguing that it wasn't even insurrection.
You say it did not involve an organized attempt to overthrow the government.
For an insurrection, there needs to be an organized, concerted effort.
So the point is that a chaotic effort to overthrow the government is not an insurrection?
No, we didn't concede that it's an effort to overthrow the government either.
Justices also debated whether courts even have a role to play in this decision. Brett Kavanaugh asked whether Congress should be enforcing the insurrectionist ban instead of the courts. It is likely the court will move quickly to issue a decision. With Caplin News, I am Elizabeth Garcia.
New details this morning about why two men were shot and killed in Florida. Police in Charlotte County say Kelly, the wife of one of the victims, and her friend Everett Harper allegedly conspired to kill Mario Schiano and Anthony Galletti. They were shot dead in Schiano's home in January 24th.
Yesterday, that Everett had something to do with it, and I'm like, that's not the Everett that I know.
Harper and Galletti worked for Schiano at his auto shop. Schiano's wife Kelly and Harper are charged with conspiracy, but the sheriff is not saying who actually pulled the trigger. The sheriff did reveal that Schiano and Galletti were heavily into the drug trade, and that the conspiracy is centered around drugs and money.
Last Thursday evening, authorities arrested a 50-year-old man from Miami after he allegedly stole a small plane and landed it on the shore of Half Moon Bay State Beach near San Francisco. As KGO's Lauren Martinez reports, authorities state that the plane was taken from Palo Alto Airport.
Authorities are investigating why a man stole this small plane and decided to take a joyride before landing on a Half Moon Bay beach. A witness said it flew right over her twice.
The first buzz was so fast, it was a normal speed, and it flew right over my head, like 20 feet over my head.
The San Mateo County Sheriff's Office said they received reports the small aircraft landed on the sand just south of Poplar Beach at 5 Thursday evening.
The plane is unoccupied. What else?
I'm getting reports that the pilot took off on foot.
Thanks to a witness's description of the pilot, the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office arrested the suspect within minutes. Authorities say the suspect is 50 years old from Miami, Florida.
I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and this is a first for me.
Authorities say the pilot was able to steal the plane from the Palo Alto airport and for unknown reasons decided to land it on a beach in Half Moon Bay.
It was very unnerving because it's well below the flight deck. It's well below 500 feet, you know? So that's what I thought. Either there was a mayday or they were up to no good.
The San Mateo County Sheriff's Office is working with the Palo Alto Police Department on this case. The Sheriff's Office said the suspect has been arrested and booked into jail.
Most importantly, I'm glad that no one was hurt. I mean, that could have been really bad.
In Half Moon Bay, Lauren Martinez, ABC 7 News.
This morning, a wayward kangaroo is back with its owner in the Tampa Bay area after a bizarre roundup. The marsupial's surprise visit in Tampa left residents at an apartment complex confused and surprised yesterday. The kangaroo was hopping around on the loose as deputies were called to help. It got stuck in the pool area. Authorities were able to get the kangaroo out and reunite it with its rightful owner.
Disney owns a big chunk of the gaming industry this morning after investing $1.5 billion into Epic Games. The two companies announced their partnership yesterday. Epic Games is a creator of Fortnite and Fall Guys. Disney and Epic Games will collaborate on a game and entertainment universe that will feature Disney's characters and stories.
Life in plastic is fantastic in the Barbie land, and you won't have to travel far to get a taste of this perfect pink world. Caplin News reporter Amelia Orjuela is at the Doll's new pop-up cafe in Hollywood.
Calling all Barbie fans. And Kens and Allens are also welcome to experience the Barbie Dream House fantasies here at Malibu Barbie Cafe. I'm here on Wynwood to give you a sneak peek of this restaurant that is finally open today.
After the huge success that Barbie the movie had last year in 2023, bucket listers in partnership with Mattel brought the movie to the US, first in Chicago, New York, and Minnesota, and now in Wynwood. President of Experiences Derek Berry is the mastermind behind the project.
Working with Golden Girls and Family Guy, we were trying to figure out something that was more for families. And originally it was just going to be all pink like you'd expect. And then we were like, what if we thought about it a little bit more? What if we take it to the next level? And we really do this California vibe, not just all pink, but really beachy.
Malibu Barbie Cafe replicates anything that you may love in the movie to life. The 90 minutes dining experience offers a pre-selected meal, one side, and a K-pot. Even the food have iconic beachy names, such as the Cauliflower Bowl. Let's not forget about the Instagram post. The restaurant has many spots such as the life-size Barbie boats to snap a picture in it because at Malibu Barbie Cafe, you can be anything. Plus, visitors can do roller skating for only $1 and it will be donated to a non-profit organization.
Step into the movie and join Barbie's dance party. Open until April 21st. Go grab your tickets now. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Amelia Orjuela.
The Panthers hope for a big third period to power them past the Capitals.
That's still ahead, and so is this story. The coin toss at this weekend's Super Bowl has a big Florida connection. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
A flip from Florida, a Sunshine State connection to the Super Bowl coin. With the Super Bowl 2 days away, iconic memorabilia is already front and center.
Caplin News reporter Stephanie Calandrino has more on the Florida-made flip coin that will head to Las Vegas this weekend.
We all know that the Super Bowl is the most watched sporting event in the country, but kickoff for the big game is decided by something produced right here in Brevard County.
The game doesn't start without the flip coin.
Highland Mint has been producing the official NFL Super Bowl flip coin for 31 years.
When we're watching the game and they're doing the coin toss, that's when you look at it, because here we look at it all day long. The coins are being flipped, where the coins are being minted, but then when you see it at the game, that's when you're like, hey, that's our coin, that's our company that's doing this.
Each coin is numbered. 001 will be used to decide who kicks off the game and who receives. And if there's overtime, they use coin 000.
But usually they do heads with the Super Bowl logo on it, and tails would be the two teams.
This year's batch was sent over just last week to be used by the referee Sunday in Las Vegas. 10,000 are produced in total, 100 sent to the NFL, the rest are for sale. The staff is of about 140 at the Mint. Many other coins and memorabilia are produced here, from melting the metals to packaging it all up.
Everybody takes pride in this, right? How can you not? And whether they're football fans or not, everybody likes to say we're part of the biggest game of the year.
For Caplin News, I'm Stephanie Calandriello.
After a tough loss on Tuesday against the Flyers, the Florida Panthers were able to win against the Washington Capitals here at home. Panthers superstar Matthew Tkachuk scored 3 points after being down 1 going into the second period. The Cardiac Cats, however, regained momentum to take away the win. The final score was Washington 2, Panthers 4. The Panthers will play against the Colorado Avalanche on their home rink tomorrow at 6 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
FIU wasn't really my first choice, but, you know, I grew up wanting to be a Hurricane, but that didn't work out, so I'm here now, I guess.
Hey, man. Your shoes untied.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Should have done that against Georgia Tech.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I help our fellows design their paths as creative entrepreneurs.
My experiences serving startups, creative businesses, and cultural organizations, and my journey as a queer mixed immigrant with Haitian and Arabic roots, inform the co-creative environment we foster at Radcliffe. We leverage our collective diversity to encourage the building of lifelong personal learning networks and mindsets that stimulate continuous innovation.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
I'm Natalie LaRoche-Pietri. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.